Добрий день, шановні колеги.
Greetings, dear colleagues. We are very glad to see you today in Ukraine Crisis Media Center. My name is Nadia Afanasova. I'm the director of Ukrainian Institute of International Policy. Today we have very interesting guests, and I can even say unique guests. Today we have the City Council of Zlatopil, Kharkivska Oblast, Mr. Mykola Baksheev, and the first deputy also from Zlatopil, Anton Orekhov. And online we have the representatives of the program Interreg Europe, the head of Mr. Ervin Siveris, the Director EU Interreg Europe program, and also our partners from Spain and Finland. And together we are presenting today the joint program of Zlatopil town. Let me tell a few words why it is so unique, why we decided to work with Zlatopil, why we decided to tell about this project, because this is the first town which used the opportunity of Interreg opportunities in Kharkivska Oblast. Now they have two projects with Interreg Europe, and today we are going to talk about one of them, and about the project which was the first one, which you already attended with your partners, and we will talk about it the next time. And today we will be focused on the program which is called Charge. We have lots of unique features in this project, and therefore all of these of our speakers are going to be talking about the tasks of a project, and why it is important for the life of the community, and what are the results we are expecting. And first of all, I would like to pass the floor to the director of the program Interreg Europe, Mr. Ervin Siveris. And we understand we highly appreciate your support you're providing us, you're providing to Ukrainian partners. Recently, 1 week ago, the main event of the program Interreg Europe has finished the annual meeting, which is gathering all the partners, and even the call is closed. Nevertheless, we had lots of the participants, and everyone was communicating, and everyone received lots of new interesting information according to the feedback. So, Mr. Ervin, what is the importance of this program, and how do you see that whether this new wave of the partners, it makes this process more alive? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Nadia, for the nice words. First of all, I would like also congratulate the partner, the city of Zlatopil, for being successful in this project application. I know that in this special situation where you're facing looking forward to connect to other European regions, to share and also to receive information about good policies is a very encouraging step forward. I think you deserve gratitude for doing this step, and again, congratulations to municipality for being part of the Interreg Europe family from now on. Nadia, let me give you a little bit overview what the program is about, so answering also your question for the ones who are not working day to day with Interreg or with Interreg Europe. First of all, the program aims to connect European regions to share with each other, to learn from each other. I always say there is no problem of a region in Europe for which there's not already a solution in some other region in Europe. And instead of trying, failing, we encourage regions to see what the other regions have done, what was successful in other regions, what was not successful in other regions, and then implementing what is a good policy, and then investing the money. We always say only smart regions, smart municipalities, smart cities can do smart investments. So this is the overall framework of the program. We have programming periods of 7 years. We now running the programming period of 2021 till 2027. plus closure of the project. It goes till 29. And the target group is what we are aiming for is to work with policymakers. The aim of the program is, as I mentioned already, is improvement of policies. To improve policies, we need the decision makers in the program. Only they can improve the policies, changing something on the ground, and only them can give substantial input of what is important, what works, what are the administrative constraints, etc., etc. So this is our target group. Having these programs already run for more than 20 years, we extended to 7 new candidate countries beginning of last year. So this includes the 5 West Balkan countries, Moldova, but also Ukraine. We allowed them to join, first of all, already running projects. We had already approved projects in the first and second call before the EU countries joined. So beneficiaries, regions, municipalities, cities from Ukraine and the other candidate countries could join running projects in 24, and we had an open call where the EU countries, potential partners from the EU countries, were at absolutely equal term with all the other partners to join a running project. And this is what Zlatopil did and successfully did. What we allowed also for the EU countries, the beneficiaries, potential beneficiaries for the EU countries, is that they could also join a project as discovery partner, not fully being contributing to a project as the other partners, and also not contributing fully financially, etc., with the means, but having the opportunity to know how an Interreg Europe project works, how the other regions are working, and still learn a lot of the project. At a total, we have from the EU countries 223 project partners, plus 28 associated policy authorities, which are from all 7 countries, and this is a big success, much more than we anticipated. I have to say about a quarter more participants from the EU countries than we anticipated. For Ukraine, we have 56 project partners plus 8 associated policy authorities from this country, and this as well is a huge success, seeing especially the situation where you suffer under the Russian aggression. Again, the Ukrainian regions, municipalities, cities looking forward after the war. They want to connect, they do connect, and this is something which we all appreciate. We also discovered, when we analyzed the Ukrainian participation, that the development issues which the Ukrainian partners face are similar to development issues in other countries. Of course, will have a certain focus on reconstruction, but you're looking a step forward for the joining the European Union. You need also to work on green transition, as the Charge project is working on, going also beyond the potential reconstruction of the country after the aggression. What I also would like to mention is the effects. We have a good mix of old and partners from the old, so-called old program area and the EU program area. And I see also that the project has a lot of policymakers on board. So these all are good ingredients for a very successful project, and the ingredients that the region, the municipality here of Zlatopil will learn a lot, but also, again, I said it, also the other regions in this project and the other project, Nadia, you mentioned it already, will also learn a lot from Zlatopil. So I'm convinced this will be a success for you, and congratulate also the mayor and the representative of municipality for the successful project application. So I'm looking forward for the first results coming soon. The conditions were you are in an approval process, and I hope we will meet soon at the one or the other event of the project. So thank you very much, Nadia. All the best for this event today.
Дякуємо, Ервіне.
Thank you, Erwin, first of all, for the nice, kind words regarding our city in Kharkivska Oblast. Besides that, I would like to say that, yes, indeed, there are two projects, and Zlatopil used the opportunity set forth. So Zlatopil joined the wave of the projects of the second call, and they have won altogether with the partners the projects of the third cycle. So all the opportunities of the project were used by the speaker. We have the next, the city councilor, Mr. Mykola Baksheev, who in fact gave the green light to enter two projects of the Interreg Europe. Mr. Mykola, so why were you so interested in the international cooperation? Greetings, dear colleagues. Greetings, Mr. Erwin. And yes, indeed, around half a year ago, we found out that Interreg has the call for Ukraine, and we decided we wanted to check what is going on there, because considering the challenges we have when it comes to reconstruction, so that is too important. Before reconstructing something, we had to change the philosophy, the approach, not to build the Soviet Ukraine. In order for the thing we reconstruct and build for it to be gender balanced, to be ecological, with care about the future generations. And we had not only to improve the policies, but in some of the cases we had to create the policies, because unfortunately Ukraine was in a long post-Soviet stagnation, and we were using the old infrastructure we inherited. We were using the principles which we had in our territory. And the war has changed lots of things. Unfortunately, at the moment, we have the new challenges, the military aggression, and our communities in the east of the country. And I know that in Interreg, there are some certain discussions or the thoughts whether it is useful for them, whether it is relevant because they have war ongoing. And in fact, we also consider the same facts. And for me, as the head of the Hromada community, I have to explain to my community the importance of this project, because we have to start with this high philosophical level of the establishment of the policies before we move to any kind of functional things. And in fact, it's also quite a significant piece of work and a difficult thing. And for the people who are who have humanitarian social challenges, explaining them that it's important to have philosophy in place and the policy, it's hard. But considering the fact that there is no other way to change something in our future, and maximum we can build the same thing. That's the reason why I delegated to my first deputy to start working with Interreg, consider this option. Actually, I did never expect that we will we will win in this competition, and this project is quite difficult for us. At least for us, it is difficult. And in the beginning, we are working on some experience, and there are no success stories from the very beginning, but on the second, third time, when we understood the component, the values of the project, we finally can be successful. And here we had two components of Interreg, and today I'd like to thank for this opportunity for our community to join the European values, European mindset and philosophy. And I'm sure that today Europe is interested in strong Ukraine, because that is the safety of Europe as well. And when we're establishing the efficient models of management, we are enhancing our economy. We do not rely only on donors, and we are restarting the process, and the people are not burden anymore on the shoulders of the Europeans, and we help to bring back the people, which is at the moment helping us a lot. So for us, it's a great honor to be the part of Interreg, and we understand the challenges which we are facing, and considering the fact that the East was more kind of Russia-oriented, let's be honest. So, and at the moment, we have cut these connections. In the west of Ukraine, these connections were not that strong. And first of all, part of eastern part of the country was so considering the fact that the west of Ukraine had better bonds with the international, with the other foreign countries, so with the West, they had other opportunities, and now we are on this way. And for us, it is a new experience, which I consider to be a very big very big importance, especially for the east of Ukraine, because we have to build everything from the scratch. So I'd like to thank the project. That is how I can see our interaction with the project. Thank you, Mr. Head of the community. I'd like to add another part, which is emotional thing. Two events took place at the same time. One was negative, another was positive. So at the same time, when there was a drone attack and there were the damages, and at the same time you got a positive reply from the monitoring committee of Interreg Europe that you won the project. So I say it more for our foreign partners, because that is the way the life in Ukraine is now, especially for those who are closer to the east, to the frontline territories. That is the way how we work, and nevertheless we are ready to continue, because we understand that that is our way, and all communities support it very strongly. And Zlatopil's example is a very vivid one in this case. So with this, I'd like to move to our project, and we have to tell about it. And today with us, we have our great colleague from Finland, that is the head project of the Charge project, Johanna Vannes, Baltic University of Finland. Jan, we are very glad to see you with us. Maybe a few words about the project. What are we going to do, and what are the objectives we have, and who are our partners?
Thank you, Nadia. Thank you for the introduction, and also for organizing the whole event, and for inviting the program and us as lead partner, and then Axio as a project partner to join you today. I don't know if you can see the slides we prepared, or are they somewhere?
Так, ми бачимо.
Yes, we can see.
Right, okay, because I don't know, but I assume that you are on the first slide. So a few words about the project. Charge is built around the EU batteries regulation that came into force 1.5 years ago in August 2023. And this is now the first time that there is a regulation that applies to all types of batteries, and it also comprises the whole life cycle of batteries. So starting from sourcing the raw material to producing and using batteries, storing batteries, recycling and repurposing batteries, so everything that batteries go through within their lifetime. And all this, of course, supports the clean energy transition in Europe, and Charge, our project, wants to play a part in it, a small but hopefully a meaningful part in it. Charge, like all Interreg Europe projects, is a 4-year project. The official starting date is the 1st of May. So still 1 more month to go before we officially start, but we have already started behind the scenes, and also had the pleasure of meeting Nadia last week in Krakow. The project will last until summer of 29, and the work is just starting. The total budget of the project is about 2.1 million euros, and the budget for our Ukrainian partner is close to or almost 142,000 euros. And out of that budget, 80% comes from the Interreg Europe co-funding. And in this project, we have 9 partners from 7 countries cooperating. Maybe you can go to the slide where we have the partners listed. So I represent the lead partner, the Baltic Institute of Finland, and our regional or local partner from here is Business Tampere, the business development organization of our city region. Then we have 2 partners from Spain, Axio from Catalonia and the Basque Energy Agency from the Basque Country, both representing big regions, also very strong industrial regions. So good to have them here to show us smaller regions how they do things. And then from Italy, we also have Lombardy, which is a strong industrial region. And then I'm really glad to have a Norwegian partner, Østfold County Council from Norway, because Norway is kind of a pioneer in many batteries-related energy solutions and systems. So I think we can all learn from them. Then we have from Poland, from Białystok, we have the Podlaska Regional Development Foundation, and from Germany, Karlsruhe Technology Region. And then last but not least, we have our colleagues from Zlatopil, who are the stars of today's press conference, and they were originally planning to join the consortium as a so-called discovery partner, like Ervin Siveris was explaining. This was supposed to be a sort of a lighter role for them, just following what the others do in the project, but they ended up taking on a fully fledged partner role, and they will develop and improve related policies, and we will hear from them soon. So I'm really glad to have you as a partner, as a full partner, joining the consortium.
Дякуємо.
Thank you, Joanna, for the brief review of our partners. And we have 9 of them. That is quite a good number of partners we have for this project. And let me remind you that we have geographical approach, east, west, northwest, and also candidate countries. So according to this map of the members, so we can see that geography is covered and the requirements of the progress are met. And in fact, it is important for us to know that we have strong partners, a very strong partner, which helps us to overcome some administrative challenges. Because let me remind you, that is the first project of Interreg Europe from Interreg family, and which includes Zlatopil municipality. And not only the topic here is important, but also the administrative challenges on how to manage the project and how to report and other things which we will be doing during the next 4 years of Charge project. With this, I'd like to pass the floor to the key focal point from Charge, Mr. Anton Orechov, the first deputy of the head of the Zlatopil Council. Mr. Anton, a few words about the project, what are we talking about, and then we will continue our discussion. Thank you, Nadia. In fact, let me thank first our colleagues from the projects from Interreg Europe for it becoming true that Ukrainian reality, that Ukrainian municipalities were able to join these programs, because in fact that is increasing the level of our capacity, because we have to get smarter, we have to be more capable, and in fact that is a very difficult thing for us, but nevertheless we understand that that is our future, as our head of municipality said. That is something that we have to do to become the part of the European family. At the same time, I'd like to thank our colleagues from Charge Project for seeing the potential in us. And I'd like to say that all the partners we have are of the regional level. We are a big Roma community in the east of the country, and for us, it is going to be absolutely a new experience. But nevertheless, considering the context, considering the fact that we have to be thinking of the future, and we saw in this project a big interest for our community. One of the priorities in our Roma community is developing capable, energetically independent and ecological community for the future generations, and taking into account the challenges we have at the moment, to decrease the dependence on energy resources, decrease the dependence on centralized system, and we overcame since the beginning of the full-scale war, when in the beginning the need in energy resources was covered with generators. Now we are considering and implementing solar generation projects, and the next step, as we can see, will be the system of energy storages, which can be used when it is needed, but not when the sun is in the sky. And therefore, using storages, the way how you store the batteries is also important, and I think that we will be able to share our developments together with the European partners. We will have the experience exchange and we will be able to share the knowledge with the other municipalities around Ukraine. Yes, indeed, that is very ambitious objective we have, but we will move forward, and let's hope that the development of our policies will help us to engage business and to raise the consciousness of the society of using the batteries and ecological solutions and implementation and utilization of the batteries, and the possibilities of spreading these practices among the society, businesses, and municipalities. So, for us, this is a good way we have to go, and we have the experience which is quite significant when it comes to implementation of energy management and energy efficiency. Our community is a member of the agreement, and recently, just a few days ago, we have approved energy plan. So in this way, we are moving forward to strategical solutions which will help us to plan these activities with charge. So what do we want from the project? Our objective is to improve our energy policies through the development of the relevant tools, and namely that is the plan of the distributed generation and storage, and using the energy, which is going to include the basic principles of the interaction of all sectors of a community to achieve this objective. So in the framework of this project, we hope to see how we can do that, how it is implemented in the European countries, and maybe considering the challenges and the ways the European overcome them, we will be able, due to the fact that we have war ongoing, we will be able to provide some local context and new solutions. We have to increase our capacity and to raise the awareness in different sectors and different sectors so that finally we could have united that we could have got the systematic approach to this subject. So maybe some additional question, because one of the achievements during the last half a year was the agency of the sustainable development of Zlatopil community. And of course, when we are talking about management of the projects, including the international projects, which you have now more, and we're talking about the engagement. And when we're talking about Interreg Europe, that is always increasing the capability and the administrative potential of remedies, and also of the communal utilities, which help you to manage different processes. So what is the role of the agency, and how do you engage them in your projects, Interreg Europe? In fact, that is a very ambitious objective to make the truth of this, and I appreciate the possibility to establish it. And now we are trying to add the local context and to get to the international level. Indeed, I think that cooperation in the framework of Interreg Europe can be a big opportunity for the community, and through the agencies of the local development we can achieve more, we can achieve better, and to provide the sufficient level of the support of these projects. So we are confident that we will develop these, and we will engage the agency as an expert, as experts and supporting entity. Thank you. And I'd like to pass the floor to our colleagues from Spain, from Catalonia. That is, there are the representatives of the capable businesses who are also the partners of this project. Ms. Paula Gallego, please, the floor is yours. A few words, maybe a few questions before we start. What are your expectations in cooperation with the Ukrainian partners, and maybe did you ever had the cooperation with Ukrainian partners from Ukraine, especially from Kharkiv Oblast?
Thank you very much for the introduction and for inviting Axio to this event. Concerning your question, at Interreg Europe projects level, we also participate with 2 Ukrainian partners. One is the Ukrainian Cluster Alliance at the Accelerate GDT project, and then also with Tampere region with Zlatopil Polytechnic State University in plastics. So with Ukrainian partners, we also have strong relationships, and we really care about Ukrainian regions as strong regions of Europe. And concerning Kharkiv region, it's the first time that we collaborate and we cooperate with you. But we really have a strong interest, because we would like to know how you expect decentralized energy production to reduce the reliance on external suppliers and ensuring a stable energy supply during crisis and optimizing local resources. We know that you are working hard at municipality level on energy storage. So this is are things that we are really interested as Catalonia regions. Concerning what we can share with you, Catalonia region is very strong at a European level on automotive, transport and mobility sector. We chair the sector group of mobility, transport and automotive sector at the European Enterprise Network. And we also host the Battery Innovation Days last year. That is a very important event at European level that is designed to spark conversations and latest developments in the European R&I battery domain. So this is also a very important event that I wanted to share with you. Concerning what Catalonia can share and would like to share, we would like to explain you that Catalonia's goals is to strengthen the battery sector in two key areas. First, by fostering partnerships with international organizations, research institutions, businesses, regions, and municipalities that can tap into cutting-edge technologies and access to international markets. And secondly, attracting investment in production plants, research centers to build the base of a strong ecosystem. We think that this will help scale up battery production and maintain long-term competitiveness at European level. And for that, of course, we want Ukrainian regions in this kind of projects.
Дякую.
Thank you, Paula, for the description of this cooperation. Maybe some additional questions which we're also discussing with Zlatopil regarding the development of business and cooperation between business and government in Catalonia. Maybe you have best practices you are ready to share with us, and how it is better to engage the business to the projects, and how the government can have a dialogue with business.
Yes, Acció is the public agency for competitiveness of the Catalan enterprise. And we currently host and organize different events when we invite different enterprises for the sector. So we would like to invite also Ukrainian companies to be present in this kind of European events. So, for example, in the sector group of transport, mobility, and automotive sector, that it's at European enterprise network level. So we will be happy to have Kharkiv enterprises joining these events.
Дякуємо за
Thank you. In fact, I can say that it's an invitation for businesses from Kharkivska Oblast. We also have one more question, Paul, for you from the head of the council. Our agency does its own first steps, and first we established it just for the needs of our municipality. That was a original plan. We wanted it to be correcting the strategies of the development of the city, that is of the town, that they are going to look for the plans of the developers of the municipality. And somewhere there we thought that it might be happening business in writing the projects. And now I can see that small businesses which do not have, which are not capable of writing the offer, they are contacting us to help us to write this project offer and to get some European grant on some other one, which is for the east of Ukraine, is available at the moment. So how powerful this component is in your country of support of the business in the project work, and do you have something to share with our agency? Maybe it is possible to consider it outside of the Interreg cooperation or in the framework of Interreg cooperation.
Well, I'm not an expert in all European programs, but I'm quite sure Erwin knows better than me that there are other European programs that where Ukrainian organizations can apply to. At Interreg Europe level, it was very clear that they could join us since the second call, I think, but also to the first call projects. And I think this kind of events where organizations can learn and can understand how Interreg projects works are a good place to have connections and to learn a little bit more how to cooperate at international Europe level.
Дякуємо.
Thank you, dear colleagues, on both online and offline. Maybe so I will have the questions to each of you. Maybe the first question will be to the city council and the head of the city council and the deputy of the head of the city council. So a few words after the project. In 4 years, for your community, for your Rhamada community, what will be the change? Of course, maybe let's not take 4 years, maybe let's take even further, maybe 7 years. That is a nice number of the financial planning of the European Union. So what will change for Rhamada community? How will the people in this Rhamada community feel the difference? So I hope to see the sustainable, decentralized system of generations thanks to Interreg project. In fact, we have a few components, so solar generations, cogeneration, storages. We didn't have the storages, but we have the interest in this topic. And Ukrenergo was raising the question on the compensatory resources. You know what is that? When we have the peak consumption, the storages are discharged, and when a lot of energy is produced to recharge. So we also want to have it in Ukraine, and we want to bond it to the big substation, which is distributing the energy in our region, and we hope that we will be the part of this component of energy security of our country. And for Rhamada community, the sustainable energy supply, which has a tolerant component to the eco consumption, to the components which will preserve our nature for the future generations. I can say that even now the business is adjusting to the conditions of the difficult times we are in, and lots of initiatives of the private sector are adjusting and using the alternative energy sources. And in 7 years, I want to see that the same system appear on each house to reduce consumption and to provide sustainability to our country, so that we could exist not in the best conditions, considering the blackouts and in this way, we will be able to reduce the consumption from the centralized system. And of course, the comfort of each citizen will increase because they are ready, because they, in the projects which will be available at that moment, the credit, the grant projects, they will be the opportunities to maintain this energy independence. Dear colleagues, and also the question to our key partners, Joanna. So we were speaking about that you are not becoming the key partner because of nothing. You have lots of very good developments, and you're not starting from the scratch. You have some solid solutions, some solid results. So what do you want to achieve in the framework of this project in 4 years, in the end of this project? So how will it improve the life in your city and your region?
Thank you. I think the main thing in all EU cooperation and also in Interreg Europe is to do everything together. And even though in this project we are focusing on an EU battery regulation, and even though it's like an EU regulation, we find it really important to have other European countries in the partnership too. We cannot work on sustainable energy future with EU members only, because we need the whole continent or other countries from Europe as well. And that's why we're glad to have Norway as a pioneer, and also Ukraine, because when we were drafting the application, it came clear that Interreg Europe will expand its program area, and we can invite partners from EU candidate countries as well, and it was just self-evident for us that we want to have a partner from Ukraine, and we were really lucky to find one. And why that is that coming from Finland, it is unfortunately very easy for us to relate to what Ukraine is going through right now. So the simply the geopolitical situation makes it very natural for us to look for opportunities to work with and support partners from Ukraine any way we can. And of course, for us, like Paula already mentioned, I think what comes to energy and the need to build up sustainable, reliable and independent energy systems and solutions, well, in the scope of Charge project, it is just the point. And I think in Ukraine, you are doing that already. You have been doing that already. So we hope to learn from that and also maybe bring you some good practices and best practices from the other countries, and hope that these networks help you, and this can be a start for more cooperation in the future.
Дякую, Джоанна.
Thank you, Joanna. Indeed, we are joking that we call ourselves the battery state or generator state, because sometimes that's the only source of energy in different situations. But also, in the framework of Interreg Europe, for each project we have the special web page, and after this event, we will share this page, and you can find more information. We received in 4 years all the information about the meetings, about the researches, about how the working groups are going to work on different cooperations. So all of the information will be available there. So we would like to thank Interreg Europe for this opportunity, for helping us to public to cover what we are doing and how we are doing. So I'd like to remind you that our press conference will be available on the Zlatopilska website, on the official page of the head of Zlatopil City Council, and also on the website of the Ukraine Crisis Media Center. We have a few more minutes. If our speakers would like to say a few words, I'm ready to give you the floor for the final, so to say, recapping feedback. Who's willing to recap? Mr. Head of the Council, maybe you're ready. The very final words. I want to wish good luck to the project. Together we will overcome everything. And I like the saying that Interreg is a family. So we support each other, we communicate with each other, we share expertise, knowledge, and we want to be in this family. We are all in this family. You have 2 projects. Mr. Ervin, maybe a few words from you, the final words on this press conference.
Yeah, thank you also all participants. Thank you also the municipality. I see a very engaged partnership. I see that all partners want to work together. They will work together. We also exchanged what is the benefits for each of the partners, for the lead partner, but also for the Catalan partner, and of course the municipality here in Ukraine. Again, it is very much very positive that the region looks already to the time after reconstruction, or do the reconstruction in a smarter, in a better way, taking into account the green transition. Very encouraging. I wish all participants good luck with the implementation of the project, and Nadia and all participants here, thank you for doing this conference. I think it's a good sign to show what Europe offers, and it will also help the inhabitants of the attacked regions to look forward beyond the current situation, which is, of course, I understand, very, very difficult. So thank you again, and bon courage, we say in France.
Дякуємо дуже, Ервін.
Thank you, Ervin. Mykola, Joanna, Paula, Anton, another final word? It's worth saying that we would like to deeply appreciate our oldest partners in this circle, that is the Institute of the International Policy, Mr. Rostislav and Ms. Nadia, for supporting us all this time during almost 10 years. Without your support, and thank you for bringing us to the Interreg family. Thank you, Anton. That is just your will, because you are the ones who said that we are ready before we finished the informational campaign. Mr. Erwin, that was the city which just heard about this kind of call, which was organized by the central authorities, and they said that they want to participate, and they participate into projects, and the next project will be covered soon. We'll organize the event, and we will keep you updated. Thank you very much, Ukraine Crisis Media Center, for organizing this event. We would like to thank interpreters for the interpretation, and see you soon on our next events.